up, y'all? It's me, Erika, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erika. We are down here, honey, to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, okay? So let's see what's going on. Oh my gosh. Are y'all gonna break up my little flow here? Yes, you are. Girl, I'm gonna have to go around. I'm gonna have to go around. Next time I'm gonna have to go in the first thing. They're putting cones down for whatever reason. I have no idea. And my, timing and the cone droppers timing came with each other. So we're gonna go around. And then you know what's crazy? I said I wasn't gonna go to Starbucks, but now that I'm going this way, I kinda wanna go to Starbucks. But I'm not. I'm not gonna go. Anyways, so we're down here to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. Um, it was a good episode. Sutton is stupid. Sutton is really funny to me. She's funny. Y'all really do not like Diana. Y'all really don't like Diana. What's going on here? Girl, better cover that graffiti up, lady. Y'all really don't like. I just read the comments, on Twitter and stuff like that, and there's so many people who just do not like Diana. Now, my thing is, because I don't like Drew, and do I think that Drew is good for Real Housewives of Atlanta? I don't think so. Like, I don't think she fits. Is that how y'all feel about Diana? Do y'all feel like she doesn't fit in with the ensemble? Because I feel like she fits in with the ensemble, whether you like her character or not. Like, I also think, like, a lot of people who didn't like Kenya Moore, who don't like Kenya Moore, but really Kenya Moore was trending, like, every week because people know that she's actually good for TV, right? She does the job. You know what I mean? She clocks in. But I don't know about Diana. I think, do y'all just not like her personality? So what is it about Diana that y'all don't like? Because I actually think she fits in. And I thought it was hilarious when they read that text and Lisa Rinna was like, Diana, I love her. She's so shady. That was funny to me. I think that Diana and Sutton have mismatched personalities. They just don't mesh the personalities. And the fact that Diana has grasped on to the bacon eating vegetarian, Sutton needs to make a shirt that says bacon eating vegetarian. She really does. Bitch, you're not going to be able to do the same way that every time something happens with Candy, she turns around and flips it into a business opportunity. Sutton needs to make shirts that says bacon eating vegetarian. Since Diana wants to call her that in an effort to show that she's contradicting or that shows a lack of her character or integrity. But we're not going to act like that your book was rumored to be a book of call girls, even though there are celebrities in there. But it was like a book of call girls. It was this, all of these things about your character, right? That we could question Diana. But you want to have this. You just don't like Sutton. And that's fine. She could have her reasons. Like, literally, she could say, because the woman says she's a vegetarian and she eats bacon, I feel like she lacks character. She could say that. She could say that. And Sutton can disagree and say, like, no, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I'm a good person. Sheree, oh yeah, Sheree and Garcelle. I was like, Sheree and Garcelle? Wait, this is Beverly Hills. I wrote it like Sheree. They're out walking somewhere. We finally get to see Sheree Zampino. We already know who she is, the ex-wife of. She's evidently not married to the other man. I thought she was with some pastor or something like that. And I guess, I don't know. Are they not together anymore? Because she was a holy roller, you know. Girl, I know how that is. Trying to adapt to what some other dude is trying to do. Anyway, so she says Garcelle lets us know that she has dated Will Smith, and she dated him after they were divorced. She did not know Cherie at the time. She says that you and Will have really set the tone for co-parenting, and I just felt like I needed to mirror that. So they showed like Garcelle and her ex-husband, you know, meeting with the kids and them actually hugging and greeting each other. Garcelle says she really wants to go all out for her birthday. Her son is flying in. And then Cherie is like, are you sure these girls are not going to be acting a fool, child? She was like, yeah, we just going to be all kumbaya. It's going to be kumbaya and peace. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So then Crystal is making content. She is, I guess, making a drink for maybe Instagram. I assume Instagram or TikTok. They weren't clear. She says her brother was gone for a year. He's now back. It was funny that when she was doing her interview, you can hear him with the blow dryer, and she was like, "I love my brother. I love my brother. I love my brother. I love my brother." Anyway, she says Rob is developing a musical for Lion King. I thought Lion King was already a musical. It was something. Maybe I missed it. Anyways, but he said something about, he kept saying Norfolk. I think he was saying Norfolk, but he couldn't say it, and he kept saying Norfolk. And his son was like, did you just hear? And it was so funny because the little boy actually like kind of looked at the camera like, did you just wait? Did you just hear what he was like, you just said the F word. He was like, no, it's Norfolk. And then even Crystal was like, wait a minute, what did you say? He couldn't pronounce. And then the brother was like, you mean folk? He's like, no, it's Norfolk. No, they're not going to have that. It's not going to. Rob, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Anyways, they sit down, her and Rob, and he asked her how was Mexico. How was Mexico? And she was like, oh, it was pretty good. You know, we got through some things or whatever. And he asked, how was it for Diana? And she said, well, it was her first trip was almost like my first trip. And they show Crystal in there crying. Oh, I was just thinking about Diana crying at that table and then turning around like, and then maybe it was her emotions. I thought it was weird the way she kept saying, how is that? Do you want me to say I was bleeding for 12 weeks? Like, people do that. Like, they do that to like shock you. But I feel like it didn't deserve the shock that Diana, like, and then you spell Garcelle's name wrong. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, Diana wanted to leave, and when you jab at her, when you jab at her, she can get nuclear. Shut up, Crystal. Shut up. Are you scared of her? Is that why you all up underneath her? Girl, give me a break. Anyways, Kyle is getting ready for Garcelle's party. They get the group text. The group text says Diana leaves this group text that says a bunch of shit like the doctor said I'm supposed to be on bed rest, and what did she say? I'm supposed to be on bed rest because I have been bleeding and all of this stuff, and I don't want to I want to let you guys know now because I don't want to offend Garcelle. And then she spelled Garcelle's name wrong. Everybody was like, it was very detailed, and they said it was shady and awkward, and then Lisa Renna laughs like, I love, don't you just love Diana? She's so shady. But it was like, I don't know, it's weird because I'm trying to figure out, why does Diana have an issue with Garcelle? Is it because of the way that Garcelle came at Crystal? because the Garcelle came at Crystal for the way that she came at Sutton. So they're not really doing anything differently. So I'm trying to figure out, because I couldn't understand where she was telling Garcelle, bring it, just bring it. And I was like, what is she talking about? And I love that Garcelle told her that you have a chip on your shoulder. And I thought it was meant, when I tell you, Kyle was so fucked up. Kyle's like, no, 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 you can't say that, because then, I will get to it, because Sutton told that lady she was soulless, and all of a sudden she couldn't say it. Girl, I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say. We are in battle. Don't tell me what not to say when I'm going back and forth with somebody. I'm sorry. Don't tell me what not to say. What is the thing? When you take it low, we take it to the fifth corner of hell. I might say anything. I might say anything. I might talk about your dead baby. Like in the battle with Diana. Oh, girl, what? Yeah, she probably like, oh, Erika, yes, no, yes. I am liable to say anything, bitch, to send you. My goal in girl. Like Diana talking about she from Bosnia, bitch, I'm from East LA. And listen here. Girl, I'm just gonna say what I need to say. And if we in battle, I might say anything. For real. I might say anything to you. Ask about me. Girl, don't try to stop me from saying anything. That's happened to me before. When I'm cussing somebody out and then people are trying to stop you from saying no, I'm saying whatever. You about to get everything. I'm pulling the razor out of my cheek. Don't tell me no, no, no. I was so mad at Kyle, but Kyle was drunk. She was, what do they say, 9 sheets to the wind? Girl, she was gone. She was like, no, don't say that. You can't say that, son. Girl. Erika. Erika has pretty mess hair and extension line, okay? She said the phone wasn't ringing for her. She had all these friends and the phone wasn't ringing. But you mad at Sutton. Seemed like everybody else was moving the same way Sutton was moving. Trying to stay away from you to figure out whether or not I should be seen with you socially. Because, birds of a feather, girl. So that's what I'm trying to understand. If the phone wasn't ringing, that means people backed away from you and people had questions. So what makes Sutton different? That's the crazy part. Anyways, she talked about her grandmother. The grandmother has a big heart, but she'll cuss your ass out. Her grandmother told her not to give up. She showed us this letter that she wrote her grandmother that said, I'm not coming back, or something like that, which was endearing, and that's good. So she was taking pictures of her, with the hair and everything like that. So hopefully, Erika does well with this thing. I love it when you, it's totally off topic, but when people make comments about Black women and wearing extension and wearing weave, and it's like white women have been wearing weave and extensions for probably the same amount of time, okay, until they actually figured out they can make their hair look fuller, and it was a wrap. And because you don't question the texture of their hair, you're not going to question whether or not they have extensions. But these hoes be having extensions in their goddamn hair, okay, all the time, all the time. So I always like kind of chuckle when I see white women and extensions, and then knowing how Black women are ridiculed about extensions and weaves and stuff like that. So shout out to Erika Pretty Mess Hair. Hopefully she hello. Hopefully she's successful with it. Hopefully. And I gotta make sure I don't press the mute button, honey. Because the last time that's what I did. I recorded a whole video on mute, girl. It's a mess. Dorit and Sutton. Sutton comes over Dorit's house. Her mother. Oh, we see Dorit's mother. Her mother is there. She said her mother gave her a ring. Then her mother was brave. Her grandmother had a heart attack on an airplane, and the mother was brave. She said that her mother is someone she can count on. Sutton shares with us that she had some type of testosterone treatment that's helping her balance her hormones, and she says, I feel great. Look at me. I feel great. I'm so different. I feel great. And Dorit is like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Testosterone. It's true. Her and Crystal had it out. She says she feels like, they're on their road to wherever. She starts talking about Diana, and she explains what happened with the airplane seats and how Diana told her to go sit over there. Like, basically she couldn't sit with her. And she said that it hurt her feelings, and she said, but I felt like it was punishment for what happened at the table, even though I immediately apologized. And then she said that, just making a comment that everybody else said where they want. Garcelle didn't like it. And who did she say? Oh, I think she said Lisa Rinna didn't sit in the seat that she left when she went. She says, when she spelled Garcelle's name wrong, she was like, I don't like that. You don't do my friend like that. And that's the thing. I don't think people are, I don't know. And I don't even like the way Diana goes, are you her bulldog? No, Sutton could speak for herself, but we're not going to sit here and act like what you're doing is not whack. And I'm not going to not say anything like, girl, you're whack. Shut up. I would, if I'm with Garcelle, like, girl, shut up. You whack. Like, I'm saying it. If that's my friend and you talking crazy and y'all talking crazy, I'm going to interject. Girl, do you? Yes, I'm her goddamn bodyguard. Now what? So holla at me now. Talk to me the same way you talking to her, bitch. Because we can tag team this motherfucker. What? I'm here for Garcelle and Sutton. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Girl. Girl. But I love that Garcelle was like, girl, you're not about to ruin. She should have kicked her out. That's what she should have. She should have asked her to leave. I would have asked that hoe to leave. Girl, I wish you would. And she was like, no, you're not going to do my friend like that. You're going to spell her name wrong. You took a jab at my friend. Thanks for the plane. I will get my own the next time. Okay? She was offended. Sutton was so offended by that. Garcelle's house, you see all of her sons are there. Her son from her firstborn, I guess you could call him. He's there to visit for the birthday party. He surprised her on the set of The Real, and it was cute. They showed him coming out, giving her flowers and stuff like that. And she just says that she just loves that he's in a good place now and that they've had their struggles and all of this other stuff. Bitch, I thought it was so funny when Erika was looking at him and was like, "Ooh, that's my jam, honey." Yes, and you're his jam too. You're his jam too. He would probably like Erika too, but he already has an Erika Jane. He already has an Erika Jane, okay? So Alicio is Garcelle's tailor, and he is fitting Garcelle for her dress or whatever. I thought it was cute when she asked him to brush her hair. Yeah, so that was cute. Her dress was cute. I like Garcelle's dress. I thought it was pretty. What did you guys think of Garcelle's birthday dress? I thought it was cute. Sutton and Kyle are on the phone, I think. Yeah, I think they're on the phone, and they're talking about Diana and whether she's coming to Garcelle's party or not. And Sutton says, well, when I talked to her, she was like, you talked to her? She was like, yeah, I mean, I texted her. She said she was coming. So she is coming. So she was like, oh, I'm surprised, right? Garcelle's getting ready. The back of her house, I love the back of Garcelle's house. I was like, is that her balcony coming off her bedroom? And then the way it comes, like, it looks like a loft in the outside. It just looks really good. I love the way that it's like kind of her balcony is like open like that. I love it. I was like, oh, that is really a nice design. I loved it. They're going to the SLS in Beverly Hills, and Erika, she didn't know what to get Garcelle, so she sends her flowers, right? Garcelle said no gifts, remember, but it's a gifts are appreciated, but you don't need to, right? So Erika sent Garcelle flowers. Kyle's dress was really, really cute. That detailing around like the bra area, the bralette type design, it was really cute. It reminded me of the dress from Indecent Proposal. That's an old movie with Demi Moore and Robert Redford and Woody Harrelson. Was that Woody Harrelson? Indecent Proposal was Woody Harrelson, huh? Where the man offered a man $1 million to sleep with his wife for a night. Indecent Proposal. Cast. Yeah, Woody Harrelson, Demi Moore, Robert Redford. Yeah, and he offers her. And that was in 1993, honey. But anyways, it reminded me of her dress from that movie. The details of the dress at the top. Right here, you could see. Oh, you could kind of see it. It reminded me of that. So anyways, so her dress was really pretty. I heard Dorit make a little, oh, that's her first Birkin because Garcelle had a Birkin bag birthday cake. It was really good. Like the details were really good. Even like the texture of the bag was in the details on the cake. I was like, this is really good. Sometimes, I mean, you can't really get the details, like the little, like, the details. I said that cake was done really well. I wonder how, did they say the cake cost $500? I think it was $500. I think they said the cake cost $500. Count my own drinks. Oh, that's what Sutton was saying too, because they were like, "How many drinks have you had?" I think it was she was talking to Lonnie Love, or talking to the girls from The Real. She was talking to Adrian, and I think it was Lonnie Love, and she was like, they were like, "How many drinks have you had?" And Sutton says, "I count my own drinks." Garcelle finally arrives. She's hugging everybody, giving everybody hugs. Her sons are there. Diana says Garcelle has an idea of me, like maybe I'm a diva. I'm going to show up so that no one can call me rude. She gave her the Room 23 book. It was nicely packaged and everything. She said that she signed it for her. It's a very special book. She said Garcelle said it would be nice to get a bag, but I'll take the book. Because apparently what's her name has all of these Birkin bags, and she said there's a picture of her um when there was the Malibu fires and getting all of her Birkin bags and Banksy's and diamonds. Was that the name of the episode? That should have been the name of the episode. Birkins, diamonds, and Banksy's. Birkins, diamonds, and Banksy's. Banksy's, Birkins, and diamonds. Banksy's, Birkins, and diamonds. That sounds better. That should have been the name of the episode. But they show Diana with a whole different face, child. Standing in the back of her at the back of her car with all those Birkins. Birkins appreciate. They are an investment. I do find it odd how there used to be like a waiting list for the Kelly. There used to be a waiting list. And all of a sudden they're like really, it seems like they're readily available, even though a lot of these people who are getting Birkins are on some type of waiting list. But the way that they're being produced, I feel like, how are they producing them so fast when before there used to be a waiting list? You know what I'm saying? The Kelly, 20,000, 20,000, the Kelly, and then the Birkin. 85,000, 50,000, 18,000, 35,000, 28,000, 40,000, 45,000. Those bags, I'm looking at resale. Those bags appreciate with time, and it's a good investment. When I remember people making comments about Cardi B buying Culture, those little mini Birkins, but they're investments. It's not something that's going to depreciate, right? So shout out to Hermes, Birkin, and Kelly bags. Okay, so Sutton says Jesus heals. Maybe Jesus will heal what's going on with the crew. She said that Kathy Hilton told Garcelle that she was going to be in Pasadena. And did you hear what the explanation for Pasadena is? Kyle said that back in the day when they would want to pass on an event, they would say they were going to be in Pasadena. I'm passing. It's Pasadena. I'm passing on that. So that's why. And it's funny because Garcelle didn't know that. And so she's like, she said she was going to be in Pasadena. And it's funny that Kathy Hilton said that to her. And it's funny that she actually told Kyle, and then Kyle explained it. And it's mean like, I'm just going to pass on your party. Um, I'm just going to pass. This is the second time that Garcelle has had something and Kathy not show up. Now, I don't know. Kathy is not a cast member this year, but she was invited. Still didn't show up. Said she was going to Pasadena. So she passed. Yeah, Oliver shows up and Erika's like, he's my jam, honey. He's jam. He's everybody's jam, girl. Cherie shows up. She talked about, dating Will Smith. I mean, not dating Will Smith, being married to Will Smith, and then Garcelle saying, "Oh, I dated her ex-husband," and then everybody being like, "What?" And then like, "Oh, her ex-husband is Will Smith," and they're like, "What?" That's like a double, like, "Oh my God, you dated her ex-husband?" And then they're like, her ex-husband was Will Smith. What? Yes, and then they talk about Garcelle got bodies. Girl, get out of here. Anyways. Cherie talks about how she's at peace with her vagina. Garcelle talks about how she didn't like to wear underwear. Then they talked about the time Erika didn't have on underwear and PK was looking in that direction when she didn't have on any underwear. And as they were talking about it, PK, he walks up and they just start laughing. And he was like, "What?" He was like, "That's not nice. Don't say that. What? What? I was there. What did he say?" He said something. PK said something, but then he ends up walking away. Garcelle was like, never mind, never mind. Diana and Kyle go off to the side, and Kyle says, "Oh my God, the text message." And she was like, "Girl, if you want, I can bring in the bazookas. I can bring in the bazookas. I'm very direct." Okay. Okay, that's fine. And that's what I'm saying. I didn't like that how Kyle was trying to keep Sutton from telling that lady that she was soulless. You're soulless and you're an asshole. I love it. I love that she called her an asshole and not a bitch. I love it. Because it's a different meaning. Like when you call a woman an asshole, that's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's good. It's funny. It's funny to me. And I love that she wasn't all flustered. She was like clear. Like Sutton was clear. And I'm glad that maybe it's the testosterone. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the testosterone. Because she's like, she wasn't fidgety. She wasn't acting like she was having any anxiety. She told that lady to her face, "You are an asshole and you are soulless," and was sitting right next to her. Girl, you think you bad because you from Bosnia? Bitch, I'm from Idaho. Whatever. Where is Sutton from? Girl, wherever the fuck. I'm from Montana, bitch. It doesn't matter. We can get jiggy with it. You want to get jiggy with it, honey? She was like, "Well, what's the problem with you and Son?" She was like, she mentions the bacon eating vegetarian. And she's like, and then she was like, "I just need to take a breath. And that's why, before I do anything or before I say anything, I need to take a breath." And then Mauricio goes, "Yeah, you got to be," what did he say? "You ready for the kill?" And she was like, "Yeah, ready for the kill," or some shit. Girl, who do you think you are? You think because you from Bosnia, girl? What does that mean? I'm from Bosnia. She was like, "Do you want me to headbutt you? Butt your head? Do you want me to butt your..." Girl, butt my head. Girl, okay, do it. Do it, Diana. You talking about you so direct? Do it. Do you want me to? Who will say yes, girl, butt my head? Girl, shut up. Who says that to somebody? I was like, shut the hell up, Diana. Let's go dance. They do a Soul Train line, hip hop Rob. He's going down the Soul Train line. He was so happy. He was concentrating so much. I think Garcelle, somebody was trying to give him a high five. He was like, wait, I got one beat left. I gotta get the next 4 counts. Hip hop Rob. Kyle doing the split, secondhand embarrassment. Girl, stop. Please, Kyle, stop doing the splits. Please. Oh my God. I was so embarrassed for Kyle. She on the floor in that dress, her bare legs on this dirty ass floor. Girl, all these people's shoes. You got to be drunk. Then they showed her over there on the couch, legs to the moon, honey. Dorit said, "You've been doing this all night, girl. Put your legs down." When I tell you Kyle was fucked up, Kyle loves to party. Kyle, we need another girls trip and take Kyle on it. She don't ever want to go to bed, and she gets her drink on. I can believe Kyle. What's that? 2 seasons ago, she was trying to act like she wanted another baby. Girl, please. Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that madness, wait, your daughter is old enough. You about to have a grandchild. Talking about you want another baby, and you down in the middle of the floor doing splits. Girl, I was so embarrassed. Okay, so Diana and Sutton go to talk. So Sutton tells Diane, you need to explain yourself. You talking about you was on bed rest and you here now. You need to explain yourself. That's a little confusing. Oh, what is like a bacon eating vegetarian, right? Diana's like, you're phony. You should, what she said, you should be in bed. You should be in bed and you're here. Sutton was ready for Diana. She was. She told her she was phony. She was like, I have two miscarriages. She was like, okay, girl, come on, tell me. Like, Sutton was like, girl, I don't even care. You miscarriage, you bleeding to death, but yet you here, girl, shut up. Okay, what else you got? That's what Sutton was giving me. Girl, I thought you was on bed rest because you was bleeding to death. And here you are, in my face, calling me a bacon eating vegetarian. If I was Sutton, I would make a shirt. I sure would. Sutton, I would. I would, baby, I would do it. I would, if I was Sutton, you're gonna be able to call me no name. I'm going to make a shirt that says bacon eating vegetarian. This is not the conversation. Oh, she said, I have a new game for you. That's what Diana said. I'm coming with a new game. So she was looking at her like, okay, whatever, girl. She was like, that's not nice. Don't say that. That's not nice. That's not the conversation. This is not how we should have a conversation. This is something. She's trying to be nice. She's trying to be nice. You see, she was trying. She really was. And then she says, do you respond? I respond well to yelling. I'm Bosnian. And she was like, girl, okay, whatever. You're the fakest person I know, and you're boring. And I can't forgive boring. Okay, that would have been cute, but Sutton is not boring. She's quirky as fuck. She's not boring. That's the part. Like, that's why Sutton was like, girl, shut up. I am not boring. Get the hell out of here. She said, on the boat, you were fake. When they were talking about her brother, and how she tried to relate to her with the story about her father. She says, oh, here comes Kyle and Garcelle. They were like, no, let's not I don't want to have this conversation with them here. I thought it was good with just them two, because when somebody else comes, they're just going to start adding to the stuff, right? Like Garcelle and Kyle did. So she tells Garcelle, you want to take a jab at me? Garcelle tells her she has a chip on her shoulder. I don't know what you have a problem with me for. Like, what do you have a problem with me for? And then that is when you beg to ask, what is it? Because to me, I feel like you don't even, what did Garcelle do? Can y'all, maybe I'm missing something. What did Garcelle do to Diana? Is it the fact that she's just friends with Sutton and she stuck up for Sutton when it came to Crystal, and Diana is Crystal's friend? Why does she have a problem? That's why I was with Garcelle like, girl, what's your problem? You seem to have a chip on your shoulder. Don't nobody have a problem with you, and you're not about to mess up my my birthday party. Kyle was like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. She said, I see, baby son said, I see that bed rest did you good. I said, y'all better leave Sutton alone. Y'all better leave Sutton alone. Bitch, when Sutton said, she said, I got your number. And Sutton said, yes, you do. 8675. I got your number. 8675309. Bitch, when I tell you I screamed in my room, I said, no, she did not say that. You have to be of a certain age to get, it was a song back in the day called 8675309. It was about this guy getting this girl's telephone number. I think her name was Jenny, because I looked up the video last night and posted it to Twitter. And the fact that she said that to her, Diana probably doesn't know the reference at all. So it's like I'm saying something to you, and only people who know that song is gonna know what she's saying. I like Sutton. She was like, girl, yes, I got your number. It's 8675309. And that would be like you saying it's 777-9311. Yes, I got your number. Like that. And nobody even knowing what 777-9311 is. Like, nobody would get that. And you would just have to know. it's important. She says, Garcelle was like, girl, she was like, because she's a bacon eating vegetarian. Garcelle was like, girl, are you serious? Are you trying to say that it's a lack of integrity? And she was like, yes, it is. And she was like, you're fake, fake, fake. And she was like, you're shitty. At one point, Sutton put her hand on Diana's knee, and she was like, don't put your hand on me. Don't touch me. Garcelle says, you're not going to ruin my party. And she gets up and she walks away. And then Garcelle, I mean, with the argument with Sutton, and she told her she was a soulless. She told her she was an asshole. And she's like, you want me to be the villain? I'll be the villain. You want me to be the villain? I'll be the villain. You got your villain. You get your villain. Somebody said the skin be so stretched that it feels different because the skin is stretched. All of this is coming on the outside. All of this that's in the inside, since her lips have been stretched so much, what should be on the inside is on the outside. So she licks it. That's what y'all are saying in the comments. Some of y'all are saying that her lips are stretched out so much. Do you want me to be the villain? I'd be the villain. Do you want me to be the villain? Son was like, bitch, you an asshole. You are an asshole, and I got your number, and you're heartless, soulless. You're soulless. Garcelle was a little annoyed that Denise didn't show up, and then Erika acted like, I told you so. Girl, you have never told me anything about Denise. What are you talking about? I told you that bitch don't fuck with you. Fuck her. And she didn't already, what she say 3 times? I don't know what she's talking about. Y'all know what she's talking about 3 times? Denise did something to Garcelle. What is Erika talking about? Her ass was drunk too. She was over there dancing. Her ass was drunk too. Everybody was drunk. They seemed to have a good time. But do you want me to be the villain? Maybe she didn't have a good time. And we're going to see what's going to happen next week. I love that. Garcelle, when she was like, do you want me to tell you? What she said, I'm Bosnian. She was like, girl, come on, whatever. What you got? Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.